Welcome to the show. Tonight we're going to be talking about the inner solar system.
The rocky planets that orbit the sun.
That's right, so join us as we go cruising the cosmos. Welcome to Cruising the Cosmos. I am Joshua Laughlin.
And I'm Jason.
Tonight we're going to talk about
my very educated mother.
So tonight we're going to be talking about Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars.
Who let them in?
The Sun.
Really?
Yep.
How'd that happen?
Well, it happens like this. After the Sun is formed, there's a lot of leftover material. In the inner solar system, there was a lot of debris left. The heavy elements, rocks, iron, nickel. All that dust starts collecting together. Eventually, once they reach a certain mass, the gravity takes hold. And so now it starts drawing in larger clumps. It all starts attracting each other. They become planetoids.
Okay.
And once they become massive enough, gravity crushes them down and makes them turn into a sphere. Exactly.
And that makes our planets.
That makes the planets. But it wasn't so neat in the very beginning. In fact, it was more like a demolition derby.
A demolition derby, huh?
A demolition derby. No, Jason. It didn't look anything like that. But it was very chaotic. It wasn't neat, it wasn't clean, and there was a lot of destruction going on in the inner solar system. So from that, we'll start with Mercury. So first off, we're going to talk about Mercury, which is the first planet in our solar system.
All right, Mercury, it's actually a pretty small planet. I know there's a couple of moons out there that are bigger than it. It's got a really weird orbit, and from what I hear, it's mostly core.
That's right. In fact, we believe that a planetoid in the early solar system hit Mercury. It blew off most of its mantle, so it's pretty much just a core. And its orbit is very, very odd. In fact, it's more like a daisy pattern.
Yeah?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, I think I've lost my touch.
Do it again. So Mercury actually has no moons, and oddly enough, it is the densest planet in our solar system next to Earth.
That's right, Jason. Something else interesting to note is that we have found ice on Mercury.
Really?
We have. In fact, it's in the craters, and the sunlight doesn't reach in the crater, and ice was able to form.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
It really is when you think about the fact that it's the closest planet to the sun.
And it does get pretty hot.
It gets extremely hot.
I wouldn't want a vacation there.
Nor would I.
And Josh, I guess that leads us to Venus, the planet where women were formed.
What? That's not it at all!
But the book says so.
Well, the book's wrong!
No, it's not.
What is wrong with you?
It's true. It's in the library.
I don't care where it was from. It's not true at all.
Well, then what is true about Venus?
Well, it's first off, its atmosphere is dense.
How dense is it?
It's 90 times denser than Earth.
Oh, that's impressive.
It's very impressive.
How did it get that way?
Well, Earth and Venus were very, very similar.
Okay.
And the real problem with it is it's closer to the sun, so it gets hotter. And it became a runaway greenhouse effect. Its clouds are sulfuric acid. It's got lava flows everywhere. You kind of don't want to go there.
Sounds like my experience with women.
Wow. That sounds, wow. So, anyway, we've sent probes there. We sent the Mariner probe.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't get all the way to the surface. Unfortunately, it was a little over 34,000 kilometers from the surface. However, the Soviet probes, they made it to the surface.
Okay.
What was that?
I don't know. I didn't put it there.
Nor did I.
Huh.
Wow. Moving on.
Okay.
So, the probe that actually was able to take pictures was the Venera 13, if I'm pronouncing it right. It is a Soviet probe after all. Fortunately enough, I do have a picture.
So yeah, Venus is actually the brightest object in the sky besides the moon and the sun. Oddly enough, it has no moons either, and really doesn't have a magnetic field.
Indeed. In fact, we used to think that Venus was much like Earth. We thought it was our twin sister. But after all the probes, all the data have come back, we know it's not.
Fluids. So I guess that brings us to Earth now, right?
Yep.
And from what I hear, not many interesting things go on there.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
Well, first off, we're shooting the show.
Exactly.
Wow. It's the only planet that we know of that supports life.
Big deal.
Are you joking? What is wrong with you? There's amazing things that go on Earth.
Name a few.
It's the only planet that supports life. We have a Magnetosphere. It's the only planet that supports life. What is wrong with you? That right there is enough to make you like the planet. We have life!
You know, I've never been good with the color blue.
You know why?
Why?
Because blue is a very tranquil color. That's what's wrong with you. So anyway, Earth has a magnetosphere, and that's very important for life because it's what protects us from the solar winds. It creates the auroras, and it's very unique because of its core. It churns, it turns, it's liquid, and that's what generates our magnetosphere.
Okay.
Now, we have our moon, which is also very important. So we have Earth,
Okay.
and then we have the moon.
Okay.
Now, what would you do? Wait, Jason, could you hold Earth for me?
Are you sure you're going to give me that responsibility?
Can you safeguard the world for me?
I think I can do this. Here.
Okay.
Right here.
Just can you like snap your finger or something, Jason? Like, it's not that easy. Hold out one of your hands. Come on now. Jesus, do you not know how to do this? Have you never teleported a planet?
Well, they gave me a driver's license.
Wow. There. Was it that hard?
Ooh.
Alright, so we got the moon here. And we need this moon. Do you need an intimate moment with the Earth?
No, I'm good. Continue.
Okay.
This isn't the first time I've been doing this live.
Well, alright, so now let's say we didn't have the moon. It's gone.
But we still have this.
Well, do you know how things would be without that? Without the moon protecting the Earth?
My arm's getting tired. Can I let this go? Oh, thank you.
So anyway, without the moon, we wouldn't have our seasons. We wouldn't have a stable orbit. And it's very interesting that the moon, which creates all the tides, if it wasn't there, the sun would control our tides.
How would that work? I mean, the sun's pretty far away.
Well, it still has a lot of gravity. It has a lot of pull.
It is pretty big.
And since the moon's closer.
Yeah.
So it has that that strong pull right off the bat.
Okay.
Without that, now the sun is the only thing controlling us. And the tides would be so massive that you would not want to live anywhere near the coast. Wouldn't want to be in New York.
Or California.
Or New Orleans. One. So the moon, it's very different than most of the moons. It formed from the Earth. In fact, in the early solar system, a very large planet, such as the size of Mars, hit us, but as a glancing blow. If it would have been a direct blow, it would have shattered the Earth, and we wouldn't be here today.
That's pretty interesting. And I guess one thing to note is you said it was actually different than most moons. Most moons that you see from other planets get captured from a gravitational field from, say, like a passing asteroid.
That's it. But in the early solar system, when that planet hit Earth, it blew off most of its mantle. Well, not most, but some of its mantle.
Mm-hmm.
And it coalesced into the moon. And it's so large. But that was a good thing, because it slowed down the rotation of Earth. And now we have our 24 hours.
Yeah, without the moon, we probably wouldn't be here.
We would definitely not be here. Unfortunately, the moon's going away.
Is it?
It's going away.
But I love the moon.
Don't we all?
It's made of delicious cheese.
No, it is not.
That's right, we discussed that already.
I mean, but if the moon's cheese, then Jupiter's bacon.
Actually, how fast is that thing moving out?
Well, don't panic, people, because it's only moving at the rate that our fingernails grow every year.
No, that's not too bad.
Nah, not really. But, eventually it's going to go away.
Well, I guess it's better than it slamming into us.
Much better. That sounds awful.
It happens. So, I think that brings us to our last planet, Mars.
That's right.
The planet where men came from.
What is wrong with you?
I'm telling you, the book, I found it in the non-fiction section.
Okay.
Dewey Decimal does not lie.
What does that have to do with anything? I just got through saying that Earth is the only planet to have life that we know of.
My librarian is the nicest lady you will ever meet. She will not tell me a lie.
Wow. I'm just going to move on. So, we're going to talk about Mars.
Some people can't handle the truth.
We're going to talk about Mars. And at the very beginning, in the early solar system, Mars was much like Earth. It had water.
How did it get water?
Well, just like Earth, from either comets or meteorites that had water. Same thing.
Interesting.
Well, that's the way it is. But the big difference is it's smaller.
Yeah.
So it cooled faster. The core solidified, which meant no more magnetosphere.
And that is bad news for anything that wants to support life.
That's right. Without the magnetosphere, the solar winds stripped off its atmosphere, and with it, water.
And we had to migrate to Earth.
That's not what happened! That's not what happened! You're giving these people wrong information. Don't listen to this, because it's wrong. Life came from Earth. What is wrong with you?
Hey, I got something fun.
What's that?
Show me what Mars could have looked like.
Well, it could have looked like this.
So, Mars is one of basically our heaviest explored planet, right?
That's it. We have a lot of rovers out there. We're trying to see if there's any evidence of life. We have seen the evidence that there was water, and that's big news. We weren't sure. It actually even has the largest volcano.
It does. It's huge.
Olympus Mons.
Breaking news, everyone. There's life found on Mars.
Wrong! I just got through saying! The closest thing we've ever thought there was life on Mars was, at one point, we believed there was vegetation. Come to find out, it was just a global sandstorm. That's it. You love this stuff so much. Do you want to go to Mars? Mars isn't that way.
It's not?
It's that way.
It's this way.
It's that way.
You can see it with your naked eye, right? In the sky?
Yes, you can.
Huh.
Take your one-way trip to Mars.
I would love to.
Volunteer.
I might.
Go.
Science in the news.
This week in the world of science, we're going to talk about...
Dude. What is this?
What are you talking about?
Oh, no. This is weird. No. There we go. Continue.
Moving on. Unfortunately, we have some upsetting news. NASA has given up.
Given up? No more space? Like, what about my jet car? And my rocket boots?
Jason, if you would let me finish, at least...
But this is... They're giving up? Like, where are all my tax dollars going to go? I mean... Yeah.
Are you done yet?
They've given up?
They've given up on Kepler. It malfunctioned.
Well, that's not as dramatic as I was thinking.
Not at all, actually.
We'll continue.
Unfortunately, they've had to give up on Kepler. There's a lot of problems with it, and they're looking at new possibilities.
Well, don't I just feel silly?
Next, we have superheated gases, 5,000 light years long. They ejected from a supermassive black hole. It was found in M87. It has been dubbed the Space Slinky.
Does it walk downstairs alone or in pairs?
Nope. However, this promises to give astronomers a better understanding of how active black holes shape galaxy evolution.
Well, that sounds like a marvelous thing.
August 22nd, NASA has released new imagery of the asteroid mission.
Josh, what does it look like?
Well, Jason, it looks like this.
It's beautiful.
How can you see it with your eyes closed?
This is just an illusion.
NASA released new images and animations depicting the plan to find, study, redirect near-Earth asteroids.
I can't wait to see them.
How can you see anything with your eyes closed?
It's all the rage in Japan.
I doubt that. I highly doubt that. We now have new images of a stellar newborn. Now that this new star is born, it is throwing off material at 1 million kilometers per hour. Images show that the material is flying much faster than we would have thought.
How much faster?
Much.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Lastly, in the news, we have measured a black hole. Magnetic strength that surrounds the black hole.
How big was it?
Super massive.
Impressive.
It is. This was done thanks to a pulsar.
Who would have thought?
thank you all for watching Cruising the Cosmos. I hope you've learned at least something from this short video.
I know I did.
How could you learn anything with your eyes closed?
It's talent.
Okay.
You ever heard of Drunken Fist?
Okay.
Eyes closed seeing?
Okay. Anyway,
Jeez.
Jason, the schedule. Please tell me you have the schedule. Jason? We will be back on September 7th. Thank you all for joining us on Cruising the Cosmos.
Next time on Cruising the Cosmos.
Next time, we're going to talk about big, gassy balls.
They're planets, Josh. Wait, are you recording?
Jason? How could you forget the schedule? Jason?
I'm concussed.
Jason? Are you okay?
And tonight's episode of Cruising the Cosmos, we're going to talk about big, hard balls.
Jason, we already did that. Do you even know what day it is?
Do what now?
Oh no.